Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Nate's Numismatics. I'm your host Nate, and today I'm going to be discussing some of my numismatic library. Numismatic library is just a collection of books themed around coins, and I'm just going to get started right here. This is the red book. This is a guidebook essentially of United States coins. It's got basically everything in here. It's got patterns, errors, weight cents, hard time tokens, basically everything that you need to know to start out with United States coins. It's something that I'd definitely recommend having in your library. Just a recent copy. You don't need to have the most recent from a store. You can usually get these for just a few dollars if you're willing to buy one that's a few years older. Or you could do something else and get one that's a lot older. This is a 1963 edition, the 16th edition. And you can see here it's not in color. It's there's not quite as much in there, but it is still definitely good. And this one actually is an error printing. Here we go. You can see here that the pages go from 236 to 239, 238, and then 239 again. And this is one of the most famous errors in all of Red Book collecting. It's a duplicated page with one of the pages that it took over missing. Other than that, it's just a pretty standard Red Book. It's nice to see what coins used to sell for back in the day. And here I've got a 1976 edition. Back cover is beat up, but this one I just like because it talks specifically about the bicentennial coinage. Where does it do that? Here we go. A reflection on coins in the bicentennial celebration. And it just talks about some of the price histories for famous American coins. So that's also neat, a price history. We've got a blue book. The blue book is the companion to the red book, and it talks about what you can expect to get for your coins when you go to sell. And I believe I just got this because it was 1964, and that's the year we switched from silver to copper and nickel in our coins, and I thought it'd be nice to see what the prices were around then. And this one, this is really nice. This is the second edition copy of the blue book, and it's just in really nice shape. I was surprised when I got it to see that there is little, if any, page damage. It doesn't smell bad at all, and it's just in really nice shape. Some of the modern red books actually go into detail about the collectibleness of previous editions. This one is less of a library item and more of a checklist, but it does go over, it has a checklist for coins, so you can keep track of it. I recommend taking these to shows so you don't accidentally buy two of the same coin or a downgrade from your previous example. This is just something that's nice to have. Keeps your collection all in place. And here is Strike It Rich with Pocket Change. This is good for the new Coin Roll Hunter. It tells of all of the major and minor varieties, for that matter, of coins and what to look for, and you just might become a millionaire looking through coin rolls. Likely not, but it's a useful guide. So next, I for anyone dealing with world coins, I recommend the just a Krause book. It has lots of images. This page is a little torn, but it's all there. It has lots of images and information on the coins. Not always 100% accurate. There's many instances of mintages and values being a couple decimal places off, but it's a solid reference. Again, you don't need to get the most recent edition of that. I believe I got that one, the 1901 to 2000 edition, fairly cheaply. Might have just got it for the cost of shipping, actually. But this, I found, is far better to have in your collection for world coins. This is the R.S. Yeoman Catalog of Modern World Coins, and I actually have a signed copy. You can see right there. That's his signature, and it only goes up to 1964, but that's honestly more modern than you'll really need. And it does go back to the 1850s. I like that it's got the MTT on the dust cover, and it's in pretty nice shape. The dust cover is beat up, but that's what the dust cover is for. You can usually get those for fairly cheap as well. Next, we've got some specialized books. This is Coins of British Oceania, and it talks about Australian and New Zealand and all sorts of British territories coins. I just think it's neat to see what prices were for specific world coins back then. This is pretty heavily used. Someone used it as a checklist, it looks like. But it's very nice. I'm particularly fond of Australian pennies and half pennies. So I like that. This is even older. This is I believe that's 1935, and it's an encyclopedia of coins from around the world. It's got some United States, and it just talks about values of different coins. Again, it's a nice little snapshot of history to see what prices were back in the day. Facts and fictions about coins. It just talks about well, exactly what it says. Facts and fictions about coins. Sort of a frequently asked questions about coins. It's an older book, it looks like. And it's just something I like to flip through and read sometimes. Many books will actually be very specialized. This is it's more of a flyer than anything, but it's a book on held banknotes, and held banknotes are something that is pretty collectible in their own right. It looks to be handmade, actually, and it's got some excellent images of held banknotes. And those are just notes that were used for funerals, if I remember correctly. And they are typically buried with the person. Again, another specialized book. This talks about Canadian trade dollars, or tokens more accurately, but again, it's just nice to flip through here and see all the different pictures of coins. Nothing too special. This was in my contemporary counterfeits video. This talks about just different identifiers for real and fake silver coins circulating in America back in the day, and it was used to identify fakes. This is the reprint from 1969. This is another flyer sort of thing. This is a printing of the 1780 restriked thalers of Maria Theresa, and it's got lots of good information that you can use to identify your coins, your 1780 thalers. And I just like this because it's got all these plates, and it's nice to have with my collection. Next up is a auction catalog, actually, for a mail bid sale. You can see here it's crowns of the world with some Greek coins. And I bought this mostly just for the pictures. I think they're really neat, and you can see all sorts of coins that you might not normally see in a coin shop, and it's a good way to see what sort of things you might like without actually having to find the coins in person, which can sometimes be a challenge. There's a North American currency book. Again, more of a guidebook. It's got all sorts of different varieties from states, and some from Canada, I believe, actually. Although might not be in here. But again, it's nice to see the pictures, and if you have some bills that you can't find anywhere else, it might just be inside of one of these books. They cover lots of good stuff. This is another catalog. This one talks about transportation tokens, and there are no images for this, but it does a very good job in the introduction about explaining how to identify your tokens, and you can see that here. And I got this because I have a hoard, you could call it, of tokens, and I thought it'd be interesting to go through and see how valuable any of them were. And spoiler alert, most tokens aren't actually valuable, but it was fun nonetheless. And I'm going to close out here with this old thing. This is an annual report of the Secretary of the Treasury from 1886. This thing is really, really old. You can see here in the front cover, it was in a library in New York in 1935. So it's at least that old. And I want to say actually it was printed in the 1880s, probably 1886, but I can't say for certain. And this has just lots of really good information about how the mint was running back in the 1880s. You can see gold production of various countries. It's basically a comprehensive report of how the mint was running back then, and lots of fascinating charts and graphs. And you might not be able to find one of these exactly this specific year, but if you keep an eye out, you can sometimes find these at a decent price, just mint reports in general. And they're really fun, heavy books. Just compilations of the knowledge of the time. So that's it, all I've got for you today. Just a little peek through my numismatic library. It's something that I recommend everyone who collects has. Just a collection of books relating to their collection. they go well together, and it's really good to be able to have the information on hand without having to dig through pages of websites. So that's all I've got for you guys today. Like it if you liked it, subscribe if you want, and I'll be taking a break next week, just for the holidays, and I'm posting this video a day early, just because tomorrow's Christmas, and you guys shouldn't be watching my YouTube videos on Christmas. There's more important things to be doing. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later, and hopefully we'll have some more interesting stuff for you in the new year. Thanks. Bye.